Hello friends, it's me Percy, and I have a very interesting vlog I wanted to do today. It involves my two sketchbooks. As you know, I have two sketchbooks that I carry around with me constantly. One is my black sketchbook that I just doodle in all the time, whether it's at school or just sitting around at some public place. And I have my little itty bitty tan tone sketchbook paper thing. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, then chances are you've never seen any of my doodles from my tan tone paper or my just regular black sketchbook. So today I'm gonna go ahead and show you those, but I'm not gonna leave you all bored just looking at my regular pieces of artwork and everything. I am going to give you 5 interesting facts that you probably didn't know about me, just to keep you interested and everything. And while you're looking at my doodles, then enjoy me rambling about random facts about myself. And fair warning, I will have my logo kind of on top of my doodles and everything, just because people do steal art. It sucks, but it's true. So here we go. Fair warning, you're gonna see me struggling with my black sketchbook because that poor thing is falling apart. That's kind of why I have to get a new one. So anyways, first fact that I just want to say that I haven't ever mentioned is, how did I fall in love with Doctor Who and how did I get into it? Truth is, I used to hate Doctor Who. I would boycott it in every single situation. I made fun of my friends who watched it, and I was just horrible. I had my Sherlock, I had my Once Upon a Time, and that's about it. I had Disney too, so that was it. So actually, one day I was watching TV. I was flipping through the channels, and this movie called Decoy Bride came on TV. So I was like, oh, okay. I recognized the girl because I knew the girl in the movie that was playing the Decoy Bride was actually the voice of Merida, and she was in Nanny McPhee. And I was like, oh, I like her. I'm going to watch this movie. So the guy on there, I thought he was pretty cute. I was like, who is he? And I just kind of hit the little info button, and his name's David Tennant. And I was like, oh, he's kind of cute. He's really cute. You know, I think he's a doctor. I think he's one of those doctor people. I wonder. So I kind of, just IMDb'd him, and sure enough, he's the doctor. And so I was like, oh, this is interesting. And then a couple days later, I went on to Netflix. I turned on the first episode of Doctor Who, and I got through the first season, even though I love Eccleston so much. As soon as it was halfway point, I was happy. I liked the show. And then David came on. I was like, there's the dude from Decoy Bride. And it was love ever since. One moment I really don't talk about unless people ask me in person, but I never talked about it on here. You all know that I'm absolutely in love with Josh Groban, even though it was probably one of the greatest days of my life when I met him at his concert. It was also one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. I mean, I know I say that I fangirl a lot, but when I met him, I was actually really calm. And I actually had 2 of my friends who met him with me, and they would say that I was pretty darn calm and everything, but it was one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. After I met him, I just kind of hey, how you doing? He's like, good, how are you? And then I just looked at him and I was like, how are you doing? And then an idiot, I just kind of stopped. I looked at him and I went, oh my God, I just totally asked you that question. Don't answer me again. And he just kind of looked at me like, oh. So not only did I ask him how he was twice, but I also corrected myself in front of him, like a school teacher correcting myself, if that makes any sense. But that was one of the most embarrassing moments of my life, but it was also one of the greatest because I got to meet him. He's great, and he was really sweet. He loved my painting, so I never got to share that with anyone, so it was pretty awesome. Pretty dang awesome. One thing that people keep asking me all the time, Percy, what kind of music do you like? Honestly, a lot of people say this when they say, oh, I like all kinds. Yes, it's true. I like anything that sounds good to me. I really do like all kinds of music. The only kind of music I can't get into is hardcore rap, bluegrass, and country. I'm sorry. I can't do country. I don't know why. I mean, I've got a couple of Kenny Chesney songs and Taylor Swift before she went pop princess mode. I mean, but if people were like, Percy, you have to pick one genre right now. What's it gonna be? And I'd be like, oh, indie. I listen to a lot of indie music and stuff like that, like of Monsters and Men and Imagine Dragons and Fun and everything like that. I just really enjoy that music. It mellows me out, it makes me feel happy. I don't know why, but I really like indie music. I also listen to like a ton of Christian music, and I'm sure a lot of you are like, Christian music's boring. Okay, then you haven't listened to For King and Country, Toby Mac, Building 429, 10th Avenue North. I could go on forever, but seriously, listen to those bands and you'll be like, so Christian bands are kind of cool. And oh, Skillet. Listen to Skillet. Go listen to Skillet and come back to me and say that Christian music is boring. Those guys will rock your faces off. But I'm actually a Christian music concert junkie. If there is a Christian concert around North Carolina or South Carolina, chances are I'm going to be at it. So if you're at one, come find me because I'll be there. So another occurring question that people ask me is fandoms. What fandoms do I belong to? Well, obviously I belong to Doctor Who. I belong to Sherlock. I belong to, I don't know if it's a fandom, but I love Adventure Time. Everything about Adventure Time is probably one of my favorite cartoons ever. I used to like Once Upon a Time a lot, but I really don't like it anymore, so I can't even say I'm a part of the Once Upon a Time fandom anymore. Of course, I belong to the Disney fandom. I'm a Disney freak. And The Walking Dead. Love The Walking Dead. I love zombies. I don't know why. I just do. But I love zombies. Love The Walking Dead. I don't know how I'm saying. Norman Reedus. That's all I have to say. I'm a huge fandom freak for Parks and Recreation and The Office. Those are my two overall favorite TV shows in the entire universe. And Bob's Burgers. Love Bob's Burgers. And, I could just go on forever what fandoms I belong to. Another thing that people ask me is, if you could go anywhere in the world, where would it be? And if you would have to live in one place, where would it be? It would be England, somewhere in England. I love England so much. I have wanted to go to England since I was 13. No, I was 11. I was 11 years old. And the reason why is because we had, my family owns a NASCAR, company, and we had a driver who rented out one of the cars for NASCAR for our team and stuff, and he was from England, so he just hanging around him and him befriending me, he just totally made me love England because I loved everything that he was about. Of course, I was a love-struck 11-year-old, but still, he was awesome, and he made me fall in love with England. And then soon after, Sherlock, Doctor Who, and all the other England stuff came into play, so I want to go to England really, really bad. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know a lot of people have always asked me to show off my sketchbooks and everything, so now that I have two completely full sketchbooks, or kind of fully completed sketchbooks, hope you enjoyed looking at them, and I also hope you enjoyed the random facts about me. Comment below if you relate to me at all. If you don't already, please follow me on Instagram. It's DramaticParrot. That way you can see all my new doodles that are going to be in my new sketchbooks. And if you don't, follow me on Twitter, like my Facebook page, follow me on Snapchat. It's all DramaticParrot. I'm sure if you type it into Google, it'll all show up. But yes, make sure you follow me on all those social media networks if you don't already. I'm ridiculous and I'm bored and I say random things and draw random doodles. But yes, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Bye!